Hi, my name is Dari and this is Jade. We are studying to be educators, and as part of our course for our Christian Studies unit, we have been learning about the importance of a worldview in the classroom. In this video, we will explore what a worldview is, how different worldviews are formed, our own personal worldviews, and the importance a Christian worldview has in a classroom by discussing the impact it may have on students. So, what is a worldview?
Well, the Google definition of a worldview is that in a particular philosophy of life or conception of the world. In other words, a worldview is a theory of the world, used for living in the world. It is a framework of ideas and attitudes about the world based on many factors, such as an individual's culture, characteristics, life situations, values, beliefs, knowledge, and experience. This framework makes up our worldview. It influences and shapes the way we live and go about our daily lives. It is a mental module of reality. It is important to mention that our worldview can change over time. Today, many will see that our worldview is influenced by either philosophy, politics, religion, ethics, science, or a combination of several. Nonetheless, our worldviews, no matter what they are, impact on the way we interpret our experiences and respond to those experiences. Some examples of worldviews may include atheism, Christianity, monotheism, pluralism, skepticism, mysticism, and many more.
So now that we've established what a worldview is, let's talk about why it is important. Aside from the fact that it helps us interpret situations and influences our actions, how we live and respond to events around us. James Anderson, in his book, What's Your Worldview, states that a worldview also helps us answer life's biggest questions. For example, why are we here? What is our purpose? Does God exist? The way that we answer these questions determine our thinking and the way we view life. For example, there are some who believe that the world is created by chance, a bunch of matter coming together causing an explosion that created the life that we have here on Earth. Others believe that we evolved from apes, while others, including us, believe that we were made by an intelligent designer.
It is important to be aware that worldviews can either impact us positively or negatively, and implicate the way we see things. For example, some might regard issues such as euthanasia, abortion, same sex marriage as practical, and others may not. Others may have conflicting worldviews that often clash in certain settings, such as a Christian working in the corporate world. Ultimately, worldviews are important because they play a key role in our lives.
As Christians, we believe that God created the world and that we are here for an important purpose. We believe that sin exists because of the conflict between God and Satan, and that all the pain and suffering in the world is a result because sin exists. But there is a solution for this through faith in Jesus Christ. Because of our worldview, we try to live our life with love and respect towards others. Our Christian identity is based on the foundations from the Bible that we are valuable and through Christ capable of achieving anything. Our religious convictions influence us to be service oriented and to help us make sound moral choices that benefit those around us.
So, our worldview influences the way we act in a classroom. Our faith has to do a lot with our philosophy of teaching. As teachers, we recognise that throughout our lives, we will be teaching students from a diverse range of backgrounds with all different worldviews, some with the likelihood of not having such a positive worldview. A large proportion of child's development is established through their schooling years. Because of this, their character is heavily influenced by what is happening in the classroom, since this is where most students spend most of their time.
Glanzer and Talbot, in their article The Impact and Implications of Faith or Worldview in the Classroom, recognizes that it is difficult to separate one's identity and teaching. Evidence in this study shows that this has a positive impact on a student's character building, which they may not get elsewhere. By integrating faith or worldview into the classroom in indirect ways, taught students moral values such as justice, compassion, and honesty. These values promote high morale and ethics in students, which in turn hopefully impact the future of students, which leads to living a healthy, content, and successful life, caring for others, contributing to the community, and abiding by the law.
So, simply put, a worldview is an overall view of the world, not physically, but physiologically. It helps us answer all the big questions we ask about the world and allows us to have an all encompassing perspective on everything that exists and matters to us. Everyone has a worldview and it is always different. It may be a positive or negative view of the world, and this eventually influences how we live and perceive everything around us. In an educational setting, it is important to recognize how our worldview, as Christians, can positively impact our students. Thank you for listening.